Tonight, from the end zone to the fan zone and all seats in between, this is your home for the local sporting update, featuring the voice of the Bradford High School Tornadoes. Welcome to On the Spot Sport News with your host, David Rodgers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our special Super Bowl pregame party tonight. Coming to you live from Fun Point Food and Arcade and Games. That's right, Fun Point Restaurant and Games on South Walnut Street in Stark, where we have a live audience here tonight. Check out the menu and their times on Facebook. And by Miracle Automotive and Recovery, both in Stark and McClenny. When it comes to automotive servicing or towing, Miracle gives you the best care anywhere. Call Kirk and Kenny Miracle at 904-368-1114. Miracle Automotive, where miracles happen every day. Great to have you with us on this Saturday Sports Special. I'm your host, David Rodgers, alongside Byron Bagwell.
Good evening, everybody.
And eventually, Mitchell Gunner, as his son is having a birthday party. Great to have you along. Let's get the show started, as we always do, with our prayer, our pledge, and our quote. Ladies and gentlemen, let us bow our heads. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once thank again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for letting us be able to do this show here at Fun Point Food and Arcade here in Stark, Florida, dear Lord. Our hometown. The people that's here tonight, dear Lord, just bless them. Keep a hedge of protection over them, dear Lord, as the weather is bad, and that everybody has a great time and they get home safely. Let us have a great show tonight, dear Lord, as we talk about two great football teams tonight, and that you keep a hedge of protection over each and every one of those players, and that we have a great game tomorrow. Thank you for everything that you've done this week. Thank you for this great weekend. Thank you for everything that you're going to do for the upcoming week for us and the continuation of our lives, dear Lord. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, dear Lord, as it is the most freest country and the most powerful country in the world today. Thank our armed forces, dear Lord, as they're out there keeping us safe from domestic and international terrorism. Please bring them home to their families once they get done, dear Lord, doing their duty. Thank you again for the food that we receive each and every day that goes to nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Again, thank you for everything that you do for us, any spoken or unspoken prayer requests, that you touch each and every one of them, dear Lord. You know their needs and their wants. You're the ultimate healer and the ultimate comforter. Just touch each and every one of them. Again, thank you, and we ask for all these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says,
Amen.
Amen. Let us stand for our pledge, and I'm going to ask Mr. Byron Bagwell if he'd lead us in our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen, amen.
Brother, do you have a quote tonight?
I sure do.
I've got one, too, that's sports related.
All right.
As a matter of fact,
it's
look
there?
at there. Yes.
Well, how about the quote? Here we go. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up.
That's not the one I was talking about.
How about winning isn't everything, it's the only thing.
Yes, sir.
You know who said that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Who said that?
He's got a football stadium and a field named after him.
What's his name?
His name is Lombardi.
Okay. All right. Coach Vince Lombardi passed away from colon cancer. Mike, can you go back one screen? I didn't get to read that last one there. That's okay. As well, we're going to continue on. We had one more quote there. Michael had it up there for us, and we're going to get there. It is. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. And that's exactly right. You named him. It is the great one, Coach Vince Lombardi. And, hey, what a great coach. Green Bay Packers made them a dynasty, and everything that he touched seemed to turn to gold.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And his famous play that he loved to run, we still have NFL teams still running that sweep.
Well, and that's exactly right, Byron. And I tell you, everything that has been done by him is still being seen today to a certain extent, and we'll talk about that as the show goes on. But he passed away from colon cancer on September 3rd, 1970, at the age of 57 years old. Never had a losing season as a head coach. Can you believe that?
He was an unbelievable coach. He was unbelievably good, and he was unbelievably good at getting really good players to come play for him.
I'm going to ask Michael Heater something here, and if he will answer it. Do you know he coached the Green Bay Packers all the way up to 1969? He coached another team. Michael, do you know what that team is, by the way?
I believe his last season of coaching was what I am very proud to call the Redskins. Not the Washington football team, but the Washington Redskins.
The Washington Redskins, and that's exactly right. So, again, welcome everybody to On the Spot with David Rodgers. We're live here at Fun Point Food and Arcade. Owner Harry and Mickey Patel in beautiful downtown Star, Florida. Right alongside right here is Byron Bagwell. Our director, you just heard him, Mr. Michael Heater. We've got Mr. Dave Holland producing the show tonight. Mitchell Gunner's with his son, Zane. Hey, there he is, eating a little pizza. Save us something there, by the way, Mitchell. He'll be joining us in a little bit. And we got some special guests tonight, as Miss Autumn Rogers and Mr. Kira Bakken will be joining us from the girls weightlifting team that's accomplished so much this year. So I tell you what, hey, don't go anywhere, because the Saturday Night Quick and Dirty is coming at you right now after this commercial break. And now, here is Saturday night's Quick and Dirty. We start with breaking news as the entire area remains under a tornado watch until midnight local time. We will have the latest coming up in our weather forecast. Columbia County detectives continue to investigate a shooting incident which occurred last Tuesday that left a 17-year-old dead and another teenager wounded. Investigators say the case has been hindered by the reluctance of potential witnesses to come forward with information. Detectives are attempting to locate an 18-year-old Clayton Hopkins for questioning. Hopkins currently has an active warrant for an unrelated incident. The public is asked to contact detectives at 386-758-1095 or Crime Stoppers at 1-386-754-7099 if you have any information. And as always, Byron, you can remain anonymous. In a follow-up story to breaking news that On the Spot posted on Thursday, a Putnam County driver has died following an accident on State Road 207 near East Palatka. Just before 5:30 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, Thursday, a 55-year-old tried to switch lanes in his pickup truck at a high rate of speed west of County Road 207A, but collided with another vehicle. The San Mateo man's truck veered off the road and overturned several times. He was pronounced dead at the scene by Putnam County paramedics. Nathaniel James Woodruff, 20, was considered armed and dangerous after Marion County authorities said he shot at a deputy during a traffic stop. The sheriff's office said Woodruff turned himself in following a week-long manhunt. Woodruff was also placed under arrest and transported to the Marion County Jail. The investigation is ongoing. Over to Levy County, where a Bronson middle and high school substitute teacher is under investigation after it was alleged that the teacher battered a student. The employee is currently on unpaid leave while the investigation is conducted. A convicted felon has been arrested for attempting to sell drugs in Gilchrist County. His 10th felony charge. According to deputies, 35-year-old Bobby Hurst was pulled over for a traffic violation on Wednesday. Upon searching the vehicle, they found clear baggies filled with nearly 60 grams of meth, as well as scales and glass smoking pipe. Two Keystone Heights inventors took second place in the First and Future competition, convincing a panel of NFL experts their genius football helmet could revolutionize head safety and reduce traumatic brain injuries in the sport. They won, Byron, $25,000 for that idea.
Great.
The competition was hosted by the NFL and was featured on the NFL Network as part of the lead-up to Super Bowl 55. Now, here's your weather forecast.
This weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find Austin's Weather Service on Facebook and have a detailed local forecast sent right to you.
Hey, Dave, good evening to everybody. Our southern storm system that's bringing us the rain now will continue tracking up the East Coast on Sunday, bringing heavy snow to the Northeast. Meanwhile, wintry weather will persist in the northern Rockies and the northern plains, and a prolonged period of life-threatening wind chills is impacting the northern plains and the upper Midwest. Winter weather advisories are posted across the country, but for the Southeast and especially Florida, it's all about the rain. Say it, Byron.
It's going to rain.
You're darn right it is. A severe thunderstorm warning was issued at 5 p.m. for the area and expired at 5:45, but the tornado watch remains in effect until midnight as these storms continue to roll in from the Gulf of Mexico. These storms will continue to rumble through the area overnight tonight. Sunday we'll see some cloudy skies and it'll start to break up a little bit. We're looking for highs topping out in the 60s. The clouds will linger around through Monday, but start to clear a little bit before our next round of rain and showers roll in on Tuesday. More on that as we get closer into our next show. Austin will have the latest on that. That's the latest from Austin's Weather Service. David, back to you.
Thank you, Michael Heater. Thank you for that weather update. And it's sponsored by, of course, Austin's Weather Service. Austin's with us tonight. He's enjoying some little time off with his parents as they're having dinner here with us at Fun Point Food and Arcade. And now a twist on the usual with a little sports history brought to you by our great media partners, WEAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM, Chuck and Mary Kramer and Lynn Vellis, and of course the Bradford County Telegraph, John Miller, Mark Crawford, John Ryan, and Elizabeth Tillman, and of course our sports writer and director Cliff Smelly. Here's what's the date. These are the big sports stories from the Bradford Telegraph. This time it's the month of May. In what year? 1. Larry Brown and hometown fans honor each other. Monica Williams heading to state. An inter-squad scrimmage set Friday night. Was it May of 1988, May of 1990, or May of 1992? Again, Larry Brown and hometown fans honor each other. Monica Williams heading to state. Inter-squad scrimmage set Friday night. I see Byron laughing. Was it May of 1988, May of 1990?
I can't answer this because I was at this.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lineman Larry Brown returned to start for gathering to honor the former Bradford High School standout. Brown earned 4 Super Bowl rings in his career, all with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bradford High School junior Monica Williams finished third in the discus at the regional track championships held at the University of Florida and was the only BHS track member to advance to state that year. Her discus toss of 106 feet 2 inches qualified her to go to Winter Park for the state 3A meet. And pleased with the progress of spring practice, BHS football and legendary coach David Hurst praised the offense led by quarterback Reggie Sheffield and backfield players Robert Hankerson and Alan Jenkins. Larry Brown and hometown fans honor each other. Monica Williams heading to state. Inter-squad scrimmage set Friday night. Was it May of 1988, May of 1990, or May of 1992? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into On the Spot with David Rodgers. I got a big smile on my face and laughing because I know this answer because I know when this man graduated. And I tell you, Byron, I know you know the answer. So we're going to give a chance for our fans to answer that. And if you do get that right, you'll get to be put into a pool for a drawing for a $25 gift certificate from the Downtown Grill. So, again, was that May of 1988, May of 1990, May of 1992? Previous winners for that, of course, is Raymond No, your lovely mom, Miss Shirley Bagwell. Yeah. And who was our last winner, Michael? Lydia Morris. Lydia Morris from Lake Butler. That's exactly right. So, guys, welcome in. Hey, what a great show we have here tonight. We're here at Fun Point Food and Arcade. Look at the crowd back here. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of people here. There's a lot of people out at the game room. Mitchell Gunner, our co-host, his son is having a birthday party. Just had a big birthday party over to our left. Over to my left is Dave Holland Jr. and Liz and Riley, related to Dave Holland, of course. We got Mr. Michael Heater. We've got you, Mr. Bagwell. Yeah. We've got some guests coming on tonight. It ought to be a great show. We have everything broke down for the big game tomorrow, the Super Bowl, between those Kansas City Chiefs and the homestanding Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think about the game?
Well, this game could be a toss-up. Or it could be one of those games where one team comes out hot and actually blows the other team completely out in the first quarter and first half.
You got that right. Let me welcome in Vincent Tucker. Tuck and Z and Tuck, you can catch him on Thursday nights. They got a great show out in Arizona, Byron. I was watching it the other night. He's impressed with what we're doing. We're impressed with what he's doing. So hopefully maybe he'll call in tonight. Noah Gibson's on. Kurt Miracle is on. Angie Stone Blakeman said, "Go Bucks." She says, as a Miami Dolphin fan, Michael, I can't believe I'm rooting for Tom Brady. Well, there you go, because you're rooting for that Florida team. Yes, Austin says at one point, it's packed, and it is packed. Kurt Miracle says, "Go Bucks." Noah Gibson says 1990, Michael. Sharon Pettiprin, the model. Sharon Pettiprin, 1990. Edward Pettiprin, her husband, 1990. And Dawson says, at Fun Point, it's packed. Seeing a possible tornado report in Keystone Heights, Florida, from residents near the school of Keystone Heights Elementary. Will follow up Tuesday if he hears anything else. All you guys that are on, this is your chance to get a guess in. I'm going to ask Michael Heater. Hey, what do you guess? Since I wrote it up.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure. I remember Larry Brown. I'm going out on a limb. I'm not sure. I think it's 1980. I think it's 88.
You think it's 88? All right. David, what do you think? 88, 90, or 92? 88, 1990. You're going 1990. Byron?
I'm not answering this.
You're not answering.
I was actually at that.
All right.
I was at the first one.
Christopher Davis says 1990. Any more? Do you have anything, Michael? Do you have anything, David? You got anybody else? I'm getting ready to close this out. We've got a lot to get to. I know this is one of y'all's favorite spots. We've got a couple of very beautiful young ladies coming on and joining us on the show tonight to talk about Bradford High School weightlifting, girls weightlifting, and they'll be on with us in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to give you just a couple of more minutes to get your guess in. 1990 is the most guesses so far, Michael. Let's see if they're right. I'm not so sure if they are, Michael. So anyway, welcome into On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers. We got a show each and every Tuesday night and Saturday night. Tuesday nights, Byron, that's when we get into our local news. We get into our national news. We get into a roundtable discussion. We have the weather. We have what's the date. We have the quick and dirty. But what do we call that? Not on Tuesday night. We don't call that the quick and dirty. We call it the what? See if you're on your game.
I'm not on my game tonight.
360.
Oh, it's 360.
Yeah, the 360.
That's right, because it went from 360.
Is that a strike against him? Does he know that? Hey. Or we give him a break?
Well, since it was backwards already.
Okay. So it's a 360, and then we got the recap, of course, and then final thoughts on Tuesday night. And on Saturday nights, that's where we get to let our hair down, hey, and do our thing. Tonight happens to be a big sports night because of the Super Bowl coverage everywhere, and everything's going on with it. So Austin says 1990. I tell you what, we're going to cut it off right there, Michael. Larry Brown and hometown fans honor each other. Monica Williams heading to state in her squad scrimmage set Friday night. Was it May of 1988, May of 1990, or May of 1992? Drum roll, please. Give it to me. And the answer is, wait for it. Bam! May of 1990, Byron. You already know. You ought to know that because you graduated that year, didn't you?
Yeah, no.
Technically, yes, you should have.
Technically, yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So, hope you're liking the new format. And here, we're going to put you guys into a drawing, by the way. We got your names. Hope you're liking the new format. And here, now let's talk some sports. High school sports notes. Congratulations to the Bradford High School girls weightlifting team on heading to state competition. We'll bring in the members here for an interview. Come on in. I'm going to welcome in right now Miss Autumn Rogers and Mr. Kira Bakken. Come on in. Ladies, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on the spot with David Rodgers. Autumn, are you kidding to me somehow?
She may claim him every once in a while.
Yeah, she may claim me every once in a while. if anybody doesn't know, Autumn Rodgers is my daughter. She's both of y'all. I've called y'all co-head coaches right along with team, Adrian Mosley, and of course Miss Shelley Rogers, who is the team mom and team administrator. So welcome in, ladies. Say hello to everybody, guys.
Hi. Hi.
All right, Autumn, we're going to start with you here a little bit.
Okay.
We've got a district championship and a regional championship underneath our belt.
We do.
So we haven't done that before. It used to be called, tell people what it used to be called and then how it developed into the district and to the regionals.
So it used to be called sectionals. So the girls would compete regular season, and then they would go to sectionals, which was it was sectionals then state, and you had to place top 3 at sectionals, and those are automatic state qualifiers. That, I think, ended probably a couple years ago, I would say, probably right after I graduated in 2015.
Right.
And now they go from regular season to a district meet, then regions. And at districts, you had to place top 6 to move to regionals. And then at regionals, you have to be your weight class state, like, number 1 lifter.
Right.
You have to be the top lifter.
And speaking of that, by the way, do you have one right here?
I do. She was our 183 weight class,
Okay.
First place. So that's an automatic to state.
Right. And you had 2 of those, right, Autumn?
I did. I had Takira Bakken in the 183 and then Brianna Jordan in the 154.
So 2 automatic state qualifiers.
2 automatic state qualifiers.
Right. All right. And then, as the week goes, tell the rest of the girls that place in the top 6 there what happens there and how you got, and I don't want to give it away. I'll let you tell it. What happened after that?
So, as you know, we have the 2 going, but then we had a couple other girls that I want to say we might have had 7 or 6
Right.
place top 6. When you place top 6, you get placed into a pool.
Right.
And last year, I think because now we're split into 3 different classes, they took the next top 16, and I actually had 4 other girls get pooled in that. So that took us with 6 girls going to state now instead of 2.
So every girl that plays between 1st and 6th, you got them and they're all going to state.
Yes.
So you got 6 girls. Is that the first time that's ever happened in Bradford?
Yeah,
weightlifting?
as far as I know, when I was in my interview and through the Bradford County Telegraph, they did tell me that it's the first time that it's happened. That many girls going, especially to state. Yes.
Byron, you got a question for Miss Autumn?
No, I mean,
Yeah, she is okay. She's doing good, isn't she?
she's doing great.
She's doing great.
She's
I'm glad
doing
she's got the looks in the family, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, do you agree? She's got the looks in the family. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that would be right.
So does Takira. Takira's got the look too. So, yeah, she's got. I want to ask Takira. We'll go over to Takira for a few minutes here. Takira, tell everybody who you are, what grade you're in, and how you like girls weightlifting.
I'm in 10th grade, yeah. I've been doing it for a year, 2 years now, and I'm in the 183 class,
Right.
and I just win.
You just win.
Yeah,
You work
that's all.
hard though, right?
I
You
work
work hard.
hard, yes.
You work hard, and that's because you got a couple of coaches that push you to work hard, right?
Yes. Yes.
I gotcha. And who's those coaches, by the way, again?
Autumn.
Autumn, number 1. I see
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Pink.
Yeah. So, what's your regimen? What do you do? Like, tell me what what Autumn and Coach Ping have for you. What do you do? Give everybody that doesn't know what girls weightlifting's about. What's the thing that you do every day? What do y'all do? Is it different each and every day?
Yes, we work on different things every day for our different muscles in our body to make us stronger, and then, yeah, just everyday workouts. 2
So,
hours.
girls weightlifting is about bench and clean and jerk.
Yeah.
So, let me ask this, and I'll ask: do you bench every day and do you clean and jerk every day?
Bench every day, yes. Clean and jerk is like every other day.
All right, and why is that?
Clean and jerk tires you out more than bench, and it's easier to bench than it is to clean. So
I gotcha.
So what you're doing is basically rotating the muscle groups around. You're
Yes.
working the upper part of your body and then the lower part of your body every other day.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Autumn, what's the chances of any of our girls placing at state? I know that's a tough question, of course.
Yeah, it's difficult. But me and Ping, we really sit down and look at numbers through FHSAA as they get posted. As of right now, Takira and Bree, which is our automatic qualifiers, so in the 154 and the 183, are sitting about second place in the state right now.
Wow.
They can try to go for first. Those are not difficult weight classes to compete in, but then I have Liberty Harahas, who is in the 183 also. She's sitting about 4th, 5th in the state.
Right.
And then our 199, which is Gabrielle Oliver, she's sitting 3rd, 4th. And then our unlimited Jessica Trailer, she's sitting 2nd, 3rd, 4th, right around there. The totals are just within 5 pounds of each other, so it's kind of hard to say how it's going to go.
Right.
And then our 119, Michaela Cooper, she just slid into the pool. I mean, I think her pick was 14 out of 16. But it's just because when you look at lower weight classes, then you would think that the higher weight classes are stronger.
Right.
Those little girls are the ones that's where all the competing is. That's where the competition is.
Right.
I mean, their totals are so close that it's so hard to say like what's going to happen. And then, you don't know what's going to happen. Someone could have a bad day and we could slide some of those girls into first place,
Right.
But as a team, I will say this, because of districts and regionals, I'm hoping that if we can get all of our girls to place top 6, we can bring home a state title as a team.
I was going to ask you that. Great chance to doing that. I know they just started that too as well, right?
Yeah. I think it's a pretty good chance. It just depends. I think they have to get in top 6. That's who gets recognized.
Right.
And if most of our girls can do that, if 5 out of the 6 can place top 6, we could take home a state title as a team.
And that'll be a clean sweep.
That would be a clean sweep, yeah.
All right, Takira, you have a sister. You want to talk about your sister a little bit? Great genes, great heritage. We have a state championship lifter and your sister. Tell everybody about your sister.
She graduated in 2018 and broke the state record in the unlimited class. And she went to state her sophomore and junior year and placed top 6, and then broke the state record her senior year.
Yep. And who does she live for?
Union County.
Yep, she lived it for Union at that time. So she was going to Bradford, then transferred over to Union, but she does have a state title. What's her name?
Kristen Bakken.
Kristen Bakken, okay. She would have been here tonight. Autumn. And girls weightlifting has a big camaraderie. Y'all all root for each other and just make sure that, of course, the, how do I want to say it there? It's something that I've never seen. I was telling these guys the other day, you want to root against each other, but the girls, it's competitive, but you root for each other. Why is that?
I think it's mostly because, especially with when you look at Bradford, Keystone, and Union, we're so close. The counties are so close to each other that we don't teach our girls to just, be competitive against other schools. We support each other.
Right.
We support other teams, especially Union. Before the meets, before regionals, it was Keystone, Union, and Bradford. We all prayed together before.
Wow.
Yeah, we took a big group photo. I mean, we are really close, but Bradford and Union are the most competitive schools, I would say, against each other, especially in district and regions.
Talk about Union just real quick.
Yeah.
They got 3 girls on their team, and all of them placed first, right?
All of them were first place. Yep, at regionals, they're taking those 3 to state. They're working hard every day too. They work out 6-7 days a week. Those girls are putting in work. They're going. And then, as a matter of fact, I'll give you a good thing, and it was interesting to me. Union County brought 3 girls.
Yep.
3 girls to region and placed 3rd place in the region.
I was saying that. I said that last week,
yes.
and isn't that crazy how that happened with 21 points?
With 21
Michael,
points.
Did you have something?
When you talk about the effort between all the players like that, I think Darryl Waltrip said it best.
Oh.
It's not competition, it's co-opetition. I think you get a cooperative effort between the teams, and I think that's what makes the whole region a real success.
Yes,
I'll tell you what,
agree.
and you're exactly right. Dave, do we have that video of those girls?
Absolutely.
Well, I would love to see that. I tell you. Hey, have y'all seen this video here? I imagine you have. Well, let's see. Here we go.
Let's see it.
I tell you what, while Dave's finding that video, Are you? Oh, look at here. What is this? Do you remember this? Look at all them girls going down there. I tell you what, that was a happy moment. That was a great moment.
It was.
I was glad to be there. I tell you what, I love every portion of my daughter, and I'm going to do everything that I can to be at every event that you possibly have. But that was right there a great moment for those girls, and I'm glad I was there.
It's something you'll never forget either, because I've gone to state playing high school sports, and I won't ever forget when that happened to me.
That's something you will never forget it, right?
You won't.
No. So, and if you win a state, you're definitely not going to forget that either. So, where is Takira at? I know we got other girls. Let me holler. Let me make sure I don't mispronounce anybody. We got Michaela Cooper. Let me just name everybody. Michaela Cooper, Haley Crawford, Takira, Bree, Jessica, Gabby, Liberty, the other Bree, right? Ponce. She's not going.
Yeah.
I'm just listing off the
ones
team.
at region, yeah.
Kennedy Pope, Raven Ford, Kirsten Hodges, right?
Yep.
Delaney Gibson, Zaya Thompson, and Hannah McFarland, the manager.
Yep.
So that was all your regional girls. They all did a great job this year promoting for the points on that regional trophy. But I want to ask about Takira here.
Okay.
And is she at her max now where she can be at? We got a week left or a few days left.
We do. We have 3 days left before we start heading to state on Thursday. I would say she's working really hard, but to get her where we need to get her body, because she's an all-around athlete. She's not just a weightlifter. You know, she plays softball, volleyball. I mean, you name it, she can play it. But I would say she's not at her max.
Right.
But just the way that her body is right now, and it's tired. I mean, she's pushed herself a lot this season. I'm talking about 25 pounds higher than last season's ending total. So, I mean, she's working hard. I would tell you what we're shooting for at state, but I don't know who's on the show. So
you don't know who's on the
show.
We're going to keep that a secret. Of course we're going to keep that a secret.
But we've been working hard, and she's been working real hard. So,
Takira, is there anything you want to say to the audience before I let you guys go? Just come to state? Come to state? Come watch you guys?
Come watch you guys at state.
I want to read a couple of just quick notes here. Christopher David said he just closed up the show tonight. He's going to catch the rest of the show. It's bad weather over in Lottie. I know you caught it on the way out. Congrats to the weightlifting team. Great job, and keep going. Go Big Red. Mark Hootie says, hello, guys. Tammy Testone ready? Tammy Testone, guys. Hello, Alvy. Vincent Tucker from Arizona. He graduated 8 years behind me. He's from Pascagoula. He has his own shows. He goes, congratulations, girls, from the state of Arizona.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah.
Heather Bakken says, hey, Takira. So proud of her. Of course, I love you, Mom. Of course, there you go. Anthony Black says, congratulations, ladies. Good luck. Bring home a state championship for those Bradford County Tornadoes.
That's what we're going for.
Raymond No says, congratulations, ladies. And Gary Bakken says, love you, T, Grandpa. So he's on watching tonight as well. So, guys, I really want to thank you for coming on. It was a great interview. Hopefully we can have another interview. We hear happy birthday going on back there. Hopefully we can have an interview after state. Maybe a couple of these girls place first or second. And then, of course, the team trophy. So anything, Autumn, that you want to say to our audience about girls weightlifting? I know that Kurt Miracle has been a big part of you.
Yes, he has. Yes, Miracle Towing. Thank you. He has been a big help to our girls. Got us new uniforms. He's been a great sponsor for us. He's invited to our banquet. We're going to give him something really nice from the team. He's a great sponsor for all of the sports at the high school. I mean, he's really involved with the kids. He really cares for them. Really loves Bradford sports.
Yeah.
He does.
And you know he's from McClenny.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's from McClenny.
Wow.
And so
that's our rival.
Yeah, so him and his brother Kenny, they go at it all the time.
Oh, okay.
So that's always a good thing. It's a friendly rivalry.
You're right.
So
it hadn't always been that friendly, but
no. Well, at least with those two guys.
With those two guys, been great.
Last question for these guys. All right. Hey guys, thank you very much. I love each and every one of you.
Love you.
Hey, go grab something to eat on me. Go get you something. Give the ticket to me, all right?
All right.
That
Go
was
Big
Autumn.
Red.
Go Big Red.
And negative reps.
That's Autumn Rodgers and Takira Balkin joining us right here.
Takira probably said, Byron, be quiet. I don't want any more of those negative reps.
There you go.
I remember those days.
There you go. We're going to move on. Regional girls basketball in Class 4A District 5. North Marion outscored Bradford 34-4, Byron. Ooh. In the second half, in a 56-21 victory, the Colts held the Tornadoes without a field goal in the second half until the final seconds of the game. That's pressuring defense right there. And wow. So, Bradford, correct me if I'm wrong, district runner-ups now. So, yeah, North Marion champion. They get the host. Bradford's going to go on the road. In other action, PK Young fell to undefeated St. Joseph Academy 60-51 in the title game at the Class 3A District 3 championship. Countryside Christian lost the 2A District 2 championship to St. John's Country Day 39-18. In other high school basketball action, the Buchholz Lady Bobcats went on a 21-0 run in the second half to pull away from the top seed and host Lake City, Columbia in Friday's Class 6A District 2 title game in Lake City, winning 50-40. In college baseball, how about the University of Florida? Florida, get those out of here. Florida is ranked #1 in all recognized collegiate baseball polls as a National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association brought out the poll. They are loaded. They've got the guys coming back from the COVID season, and these new guys, they are loaded. We'll see if Florida State can pull one off. And the ESPN USA Today coaches poll both listed the Gators as well. So, like Michael said, every poll that's out there has got them listed one. How about this guy, Trevor Lawrence? The Jaguars' likely selection for the top pick in the NFL draft has a shoulder injury. That's not going to limit him being pick #1. They already said they're going to take him. Lawrence agents said the former Clemson star needs surgery on his left non-throwing shoulder. As a result, Lawrence will throw for the Jaguars and other NFL scouts next week instead of during Clemson's pro day in March.
Well, I mean, I'm glad he's getting a throw for him. I still think they're.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. That's the latest on the local. We'll be right back after this message from our fantastic host and show sponsor tonight, Fun Point.
Walnut Street in beautiful Stark, Florida. Fun Point is an all-in-one arcade and restaurant that is bound to raise your spirits, sure to please your taste buds, and the games will keep you entertained for hours. Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in Stark. Feel free to give them a call at 904-966-3380. Make a point to visit Fun Point.
Super Bowl 55 will be played tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, at Raymond James Stadium, the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, ladies and gentlemen, is the first NFL team ever to host a Super Bowl they are playing in. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m., and it will be aired on CBS, ESPN Deportes, and streaming on all the NFL networks. The CBS broadcast team that will be calling the game is play-by-play announcer Jim Nantz and color analyst Tony Romo. Gene Deckerhoff, which we love, is the legendary voice of the Florida State Seminoles, and the radio voice also and play-by-play man for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He does double duties on the weekends, Byron.
Yeah, turn the audio down on the TV and turn Deckerhoff up. He's great.
He's great. He will have the radio broadcast for you on several of the radio stations across the country, as well as on Sirius Radio, and also radio streaming online. So make sure you check out all those affiliates so you don't miss the big game. Also for CBS, we'll have sideline reporters Tracy Wilson, which you know, Evan Washburn, and Jay Feely, and rules analyst Gene Steratore. So those will be your guys in the booth. The big game will feature two of the best teams in the NFL, record-wise and stat-wise, as the AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, 16-2, will take on the NFC champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at 14-5. The NFL says that the attendance for this game will be limited between 22 to 25,000 fans due to the COVID restrictions in place. Listen to this, Byron, David, and Michael.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Ticket prices are going for about $18,000 a piece, and that is the lowest ticket. And or you can get a bundle of 4 tickets for around $40,000. Michael, did you reserve ours?
Absolutely.
All right.
In the box.
In the box. All right. What did that cost us?
I put it on your tab.
Oh, thank you. Good grief. The tickets have sold fast, and if it's not already sold out. So, again, welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers Special, talking Super Bowl 55, and we'll be right back to talk about this game in full and break down all that you can see and expect in tomorrow night's game right after this commercial break.
Hey Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Rodgers. We are live here at Fun Point Food and Arcade. Hey, we're having a great time getting ready to break down Super Bowl 55 for you.
Oh, yeah.
As much as we can. We're going to give you everything. Again, welcome back to our Saturday Night Sports Special Show, Super Bowl 55. I'm your host, David Rodgers. And right alongside of Mr. Byron Bagwell, our director, Mr. Michael Heater, our producer, Mr. Dave Holland. Mitchell Gunner will be joining us in a few minutes. And, of course, Austin Stephen enjoying his dinner with his family back over here in this booth. So hope he brings you something to eat. But anyway, we'll continue with our show. We have a lot to get to tonight as far as breaking down the game as we're coming to you live from Fun Point Restaurant and Arcade here in Stark, Florida, about 128 miles north of Tampa. I want to talk about some of the vital facts that can be pivotal in this year's game. Byron, one, I want you to take a look at this and listen to me. Tom Brady's Super Bowl experience, known as the GOAT. You want to tell everybody what the GOAT stands for?
Greatest of all time.
Sorry. The 43-year-old quarterback has been to the big game
okay, right.
9 times, and this Super Bowl will be his 10th. And he has won 6 of those 9 games, all with the New England Patriots. He's the all-time leader in wins in Super Bowl history, and he also has won 4 MVP trophies for the big game. Normally, Brady brings his A game during these Super Bowls, so the Chiefs will have to be ready as he could light that defense up, Byron. There's no doubt about it. Doesn't matter how old he is. That guy can throw the football, and he can definitely light up the stadium for sure.
When I say that and I have to choke on Tom Brady being greatest of all time, that doesn't mean that I don't think Tom Brady's a great quarterback.
Right.
I have issues.
Right. I got you.
And one of them's name is Dan Marino.
Yeah, the problem is no Super Bowl victories.
Well, you plug Dan Marino in any of those
systems. Yep.
Those systems that Tom Brady played in.
Yep.
With the people that Tom Brady had around him.
Right.
And there is no telling just how many Super Bowl Dan Marino would have.
You're right. I agree.
We could go
Joe Montana. He's won several Super Bowls.
Well, Joe Montana is the greatest to me of all time.
I agree. I fully agree.
Those teams.
You can put Terry Bradshaw there too as well.
Terry Bradshaw was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw's not the greatest of all time to me because Terry Bradshaw had a complete team around him. And
Right.
Terry Bradshaw just did not have the tools to me that, say, a Dan Marino did, or why can't I ever remember the guy that played quarterback for Denver for so long when I have to?
Right.
Come on, man.
Give it to me again. Say it again.
Played for Denver.
Oh, Peyton Manning?
No.
Oh, Elway. John Elway. Yeah.
That class, those quarterbacks that came out in that class,
the class of '83.
Yes, are the greatest quarterbacks ever to play football.
Right.
I mean, pro football. I mean, you'd say Peyton Manning is up there in that league.
Yeah.
And I believe that if any of those quarterbacks would have had the talent that Tom Brady has had around him,
right,
that they would have as many Super Bowls.
Can I throw another name out to you guys? What do you think, Michael? Let me throw another name out there to you. And it's unfortunate for this guy that he never won a Super Bowl, but he's been to 4 in a row. How about Jim Kelly? Jim Kelly they could not win the big one.
He's great. He was a great player. I mean, there's been some really great quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And to me, it's hard to say one player is the greatest of all time.
Right.
With maybe the exception of Joe Montana.
Right.
Because I've watched all of those Super Bowls, and
right.
he broke my heart so many times in the NFC Championship because of how talented he was.
Right. All right, well, hey, how about this second one here? The Chiefs will be looking for back-to-back titles. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will be looking to defend their Super Bowl title. And if they can pull it off, will be one of only 8 teams to win back-to-back Super Bowls in NFL history. Do you know who the other is? Who done it recently?
Dallas is one of them.
Yeah, but who done it recently?
What in New England?
That's exactly right. Tom Brady and his Patriots at that time done it in 2004 and 2005.
Yeah.
So, of course, Patrick Mahomes. All right. So that's exactly right. So we'll see what happens. The Super Bowl curse, and I've got a question mark there. A lot of football fans think about past Super Bowls, Byron.
Right.
And they think it's a curse at times. But I think this year you can lift the curse off the Super Bowl, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have home field advantage. Or is it? Think about that. I don't think it is as much of a home field advantage as most experts and sports gurus think.
I think it is.
You do. Tell me why.
I do, because they're used to playing on that field. It's their home field. They know the spots in the field.
Okay.
They're used to playing in that in that stadium.
Right.
I think there's going to be a comfort level for that team because they're playing at home.
I got you.
Yeah. I sit back and look at what you're talking about, the curse.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is really not cursed.
No.
Because they've won a Super Bowl before.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
I think they've got the tools around Brady to win it.
Yeah, and you're right. They are at home. They are on their home field. Now, let me say this. I'm talking about as far as the audience. What's going to be there, 22 to 25,000. I'm assuming those tickets are going to be split evenly. So nobody's going to have what you call a crowd.
No, you won't have the crowd. You won't have the crowd advantage.
No, definitely
because
won't.
A lot of the people that will go to the Super Bowl won't be fans of either one of the teams. They just want to go to the Super Bowl because it's a Super Bowl.
Right.
That happens every year. You get fans of other teams because they want to say, "I have been to a Super Bowl."
Hey, before we go to this commercial, or while we're on this commercial break, I better check my bank account because I think all 5 of us are going to the Super Bowl. We'll be right back with the special coverage of Super Bowl 55 after we pay some bills. So don't go anywhere. Right back after this commercial break.
Okay. How are we doing? Are we super pleased?
No. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to On the Spot with David Rodgers as we continue on breaking down the big game. The Chiefs are favored to win the game by 3 points according to Las Vegas booking agencies. The over and under for the game, which means total points scored between both teams, is 56. There's also all kinds of bets other than the winner and by how much and the total points of scored, of course, gentlemen. As we say in the business, it's the over and under total. Other bets will be on things that the ordinary fan would think of. Maybe I'm not so sure about that. Want to welcome in Mr. Mitchell Gunner. Before we go to these, how was the birthday party, by the way?
Oh, it's great. It's still going on. Zane's having a great time. That's what it's all about. These kids coming out and having a good time, playing games.
What do you think about the crowd here at the Fun Point tonight?
What a big crowd. When I pulled in the parking lot earlier, I was like, man, look at all these people. And I know why they're here. They're here to watch On the Spot with David Rodgers.
That's exactly right. That's a great answer, Mitchell. All right. Hey, let's go over a couple. How about the winner of the coin toss? That's always a big-time bet. The coin toss result, whether it's head or tails. How about the first team to complete a pass, the receiver who caught it? The first score, and that could be broken down by team score, player score, etc. You can break these down into multiple categories. Who will throw the first interception or touchdown, or which team or player will fumble the ball first? These are just a couple of things that we came up with here. If we can get to the other screen there, what the score will be at the end of each quarter played, halftime, and at the end of the game. And how about that 7 with Byron? I'll let you read that one.
What color Gatorade bath will the winning coach get?
They bet on that stuff.
Oh, I know.
Gosh, there was like 300 things, Mitchell, that I seen the list of that they can bet on during this Super Bowl thing.
And I bet you it's going to be red.
You think so?
I think so.
Do you really? I bet it's going to rain.
Oh, and that's the definite. That is definitely going to happen.
And so on and so forth with these bets.
Hey, man, quit stealing my line.
All right, there you go. These are just some of the things that you can bet on during the Super Bowl, and there are many of others, but you can go and check out any sport betting sites on the internet, and it will help you out. Just for the record, I'm not condoning this, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. You do this, hey, that's on you. Right, Byron? We're not condoning it, are we?
Oh, no, you'll lose your money.
That's it. I'm not condoning it. Yeah, you're right. We'll lose our money.
Yeah, no, I was talking about you'll lose your money out there if you start that betting stuff.
Hey, and by the way, the phone lines are open. We do have a phone line, so you can call us at 904-458-7588. Wide open right now. You can call in. Talk about anything that you want. If you want to talk about the big game, if you want to talk about what's going on at Fun Point Food and Arcade, if you want to know what's coming up for Tuesday's show, if you want to know if it's going to rain or if it is raining, whatever it is, just call us up and we'll get you on the line right now. Again, that number is 904-458-7588. Now, we would like to give you the starting lineups for both teams, and let's start with some information about those Kansas City Chiefs. Since they're the visitors, we'll call them that, huh? What do you think?
Yeah,
Whatever. This year's team won a franchise record 14 games during the regular season after outlasting the Browns in the divisional round before coasting past the Bills in the AFC title game. The Chiefs will now try to become the first repeat champion since Brady's Patriots won back-to-back titles in 2003 and 2004. Yeah, so I tell you, hey, here we go. Speaking of that offense right here. So when the Kansas City Chiefs are on offense, you'll see quarterback. Was there a slide before that, Michael? Just if you'll go back one slide. There was not. Okay. Offensive quarterback. On offense, you'll have Patrick Mahomes. You know where he played college ball at?
No.
Texas Tech. Yeah. Running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, played at LSU. Wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, runs a 4.1, 4.2 40. Tight end, and my X Factor, Mr. Travis Kelce, he'll line up in the slot. Left tackle, Eric Fisher. Left guard, Andrew Wiley. Left guard, Nick Algretti. Center, Austin Rader. Right guard, Andrew Wiley. And right tackle, Mike Rimmers. That will be your KC offense. By the way, 2 guys down on that line right there. There's 2 rookies starting right there for the Chiefs tomorrow. I wonder if Tampa Bay's defense will be able to take advantage of that. On defense, you've got Casnognan on the left defensive end. The left defensive tackle, you got Chris Jones. How about right defensive tackle, a player Byron knows, Derek Nottie from Florida State. Right defensive end, Frank Clark. Linebacker, Anthony Hitchens. Linebacker, Damian Williams. Left cornerback, Charvarius Ward. Right cornerback, Bashard Breeland. Free safety, Daniel Sorensen. And strong safety, the Honey Badger, Tyron Matthew. So, key reserves that you'll see Darrell Williams running the ball. Le'Veon Bell's going to run the ball a little bit. Wide receiver Sammy Watkins when they go into that spread. You'll see wide receiver DeMarcus Robinson. And then on defense, you'll see outside linebacker Willie Gay. The kicker tomorrow night is going to be Harrison Butker. The punter is going to be Tommy Townsend. And kick returner and punt returner Nicole Hardman will be the other. Michael, if you'll go back to that graphic for just a second, I want to ask the guys here real quick a couple of things here. I said that Travis Kelce, Michael, was going to be the X factor last week in the whole game. Right here, offensively, who do you see? Mahomes, you think Mahomes is going to light it up? All right, how about you, Mitchell?
I got Kelce. I mean, he's just a wonderful person. He can play anywhere on the field as a wide receiver. You bring him in as a tight end. He can apply blocking for you in the running game. You know, just a real physical guy that has really great hands. And I think he's going to be the factor in the game. They've got to contain him. If they contain him, to me, they contain Mahomes.
What do you think, Byron?
If he plays tomorrow,
yep,
and I think he will.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a different player.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to be Sammy Watkins.
Okay. Yep.
He
right.
is a special player, and when he is fully healthy, he does special things. And if they key defensively on Hill and Kelsey,
Right.
that's going to leave that open for Sammy Watkins.
Kansas City's offense was again paced by Mahomes, who threw 38 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions during his 15 regular season starts. In Sunday's win over the Bills, Mahomes overcame a turf toe and spending nearly a week in the NFL's concussion protocol, by the way, to throw for 325 yards and 3 touchdowns. Per usual, Mahomes' favorite targets on Sunday night were who, Mitchell? Receiver Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 172 yards, and that tight end, one of my favorite players, Travis Kelce. I wish I was built like him and as fast as him. 13 catches, 118 yards, and 2 scores. The Chiefs' running game was led most of the year by rookie who?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
whose ankle and hip injury kept him out of Kansas City's divisional round win over the Browns. But Kansas City's offensive line suffered a scare on Sunday night with longtime starting tackle Eric Fisher left the game with an Achilles injury. He will not be available, ladies and gentlemen. He is out. And Martinez Rankin will likely replace Fisher if he cannot play in the Super Bowl, which we just told you about. So that's going to expose maybe a little bit more pressure from Sue and those boys coming to get some pressure on Mahomes.
Right.
Now, the Chiefs' defense, guys, includes 3 Pro Bowlers in defensive end Frank Clark. He's got 6 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss. Defensive tackle Chris Jones, 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. And strong safety, the Honey Badger, Matthew there, 6 interceptions, 9 passes defense. Free safety Daniel Sorensen, 91 tackles. I want to ask you, stop right there. When your free safety is making 91 tackles, what is that telling you?
Boy, he's quick and he can break on the ball really fast.
Right.
And he's always got his eye on the quarterback.
All right, or could it tell you another story? Could it tell you the running game for some of these teams? They're busting through that first part of the defensive line and into the secondary, and he's also having to make those tackles.
That is very true.
You got both ways here that you can look at it. But 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and cornerbacks Jarius Sneed and Bashard Breeland have also been key cogs in the Chiefs' defense. We're going to come back and break down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and get into some other things after we pay some bills. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in beautiful Stark, Florida. Fun Point is an all-in-one arcade and restaurant that is bound to raise your spirits, sure to please your taste buds, and the games will keep you entertained for hours. Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in Stark. Feel free to give them a call at 904-966-3380. Make a point to visit Fun Point.
All right, we're going to be right back here at the Fun Point Food and Arcade. Got a nice little crowd. Had a lot of parties going on. We've got a lot of people in the arcade. My name is David Rodgers, host of On the Spot with David Rodgers. Right here to my right is Byron, fighting for your freedom, Bagwell. And, of course, joining us now, his son just had a birthday today. Mr. Zane did. Mitchell,
Happy
the
birthday,
machine
Zane.
gunner. Happy birthday, Zane. Michael Heater, our director, Mr. Dave Holland producing the show. Going to take a look at Tampa Bay's offense here. So, the GOAT will be their quarterback, Tom Brady, 43-year-old Tom Brady, playing in his 10th Super Bowl. Mitchell, if he wins this, that'll be 7 of 10, 70% winning percentage in Super Bowl history. Is that unbelievable?
It is unbelievable. And he's talking about not quitting until after he turns 45. He plans on to continue playing up to the age of 45. So there's a possibility Tampa may be back in this thing next year.
Wow. Yeah, especially if they keep the pieces right here that we're going to go over. I want to ask Byron about this next guy. Ronald Jones is going to start over Leonard Fournette. What do you think about that, the Jones start? Jones a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. Now, Fournette will punch in the mouth, though.
Well, and you're stealing my thunder as far as who I think is going to be the actual key player for Tampa Bay, because I don't think it's going to be Tom Brady. I don't think it's going to be Gronkowski. I don't think it's going to be any of their wide receivers. I think it's going to be one of their reserves. And that reserve is Leonard Fournette. because Leonard Fournette plays when Leonard Fournette wants to play. Mm-hmm. He's going to be on the biggest stage he's ever been on, and I think he will go off.
Well, that's great to see, and you're right. They're going to get. You're right. He's going to get some playing time. How about these two big wide receivers, Mitchell? Wide receiver Mike Evans and wide receiver Chris Godwin, and of course they'll bring Antonio Brown up. We'll get to that here in just a minute. And of course the big Gronk, the tight end. You know him. Him and Tom Brady has had many connections over the years.
They do like to hook up a lot, especially when they're down there with, 10 to go inside the 20. He is definitely the go-to guy, and you're going to see that.
I think you are
weekend.
too.
You're actually, to me, I think you're going to see a lot of short passes due to the weather, and you're going to see Brady and Gronk hook up a lot.
So I like that. Breakdown there, Mitchell.
That's a good breakdown too.
Left tackle Donovan Smith, left guard Ali Marpet, center Ryan Jensen, right guard Aaron Stinney, and right tackle and all Pro Bowler and maybe the Rookie of the Year Tristan Wirfs. We talked about him. Remember, Byron, when we was doing our draft, how this guy was going to be a key, and look at him starting right tackle as a rookie.
Really good.
Yep. Special teams, you got Ryan Suckup. Now, he used to be the kicker at South Carolina. Did you know that he was Mr. Irrelevant when he was drafted? He was the last player drafted when he was drafted, and look at him. He's still in the league. Punter Bradley Pinion is going to be punting, and kickoff return and punt returner is Jaden Mickens, and he is fast. How about on defense there? Mitchell, I'll let you read a couple of those guys. Donovan Sue there, huh? Okay, Donovan Sue, Rakeem Nunez Roches. Hey, inside linebacker Devin White. Inside linebacker Levante David. Outside linebacker and a player that Byron has already mentioned, Jason Pierre-Paul. Outside linebacker Shaquille Barrett. Cornerback Carlton Davis. Cornerback Jamil Dean. Strong safety Jordan Whitehead. And free safety, and a good one, Antonio Winfield Jr. Now, you look at this, gentlemen, and it looks like they run a 2-5-4, right? Because they're bringing Sue down on the line, and the nose tackle, Roches, is down on the line. But let me tell you something. Jason Paul-Pierre is not really a linebacker, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he's not.
He'll play linebacker. They're going to line him up at defensive end or at one of the tackle spots. Jason Paul-Pierre will be on the line, and it'll eventually look like, Mitchell, a 3-4 defense. And, maybe they'll rotate him out if they go to a nickel package or even a dime package, depending on what Kansas City's going to do with their wide receivers. But, Jason Paul-Pierre, they got him listed as a outside linebacker, but he's really a down lineman. Key reserves, one of the names you mentioned, and I like what you said about that, Leonard Fournette.
He plays when he wants to play. Yep. He's the biggest stage he's ever played on.
And I'll tell you, when they get down to third and short, you're probably going to see him come in, and he is going to punch it right up the middle to pick up the yard.
Yes, he is. Wide receiver Antonio Brown, that could be my sleeper on this side right here. And let me say why I say that. Antonio Brown has, we got some breaking news. Widespread power outage due to the storm in the Keystone Heights area. And there's also, ladies and gentlemen, a traffic crash on State Road 21 and County Road 214. Please take caution and be careful as you're going through that area. So you get the breaking news right here on the spot with David Rodgers. So Antonio Brown is a guy that I can look at that can make things happen. He's big, he's quick, he's fast. And him and Brady's hooked up several times when they was in New England before all that went down with him. Wide receiver Scott Miller, he's a little X factor as well. Defensive tackle Vita Vey, and of course cornerback Sean Murphy Bunning.
The only reason I wouldn't say Antonio Brown is because how do you get inside of Antonio Brown's head to tell whether he's going to play like the Antonio Brown we used to see?
Right.
Or the Antonio Brown we've seen for the last couple of years.
Right, and you're exactly right here.
Well, I'll tell you, if he's got the opportunity to step out there on the field and play at the Super Bowl, he's going to bring his A game. He's going to be there to play, and he's going to put forth 100% of his effort I do believe.
And again, we're here, ladies and gentlemen, breaking down the Super Bowl for you. We got several more things to go. Want to read a couple of comments. By the way, the phone lines are wide open, 904-458-7588. Looking for a caller to call in, talk about whatever you want, and we'll make sure we try to get an answer for you. Kurt Miracle, says, congratulations, ladies. Big thank you for the gift. Means the world to our team at Miracles to support such a special class of ladies. Thank you, Kurt, for what you do, not only for those girls, but what you do for our community, Bradford County schools, sport, whatever it is, you're always there to lend a helping hand. Dwight Allen, our brother, says, good evening, brother.
Good evening, brother.
Rainbow, hello, guys, looking good. Talking about you, Mitchell. Dwight Allen, ate there last night. It was delicious, he said. There you go.
It's always good. And I'll tell you what, you know what I like about their pizza?
What's that?
I love that thick bread crust.
Do you?
It's just like eating a breadstick after you finish eating your pizza.
Wow. That's good. Hey, I bet it tastes good after with a bunch of wings, too.
Probably does.
Probably would, yeah. We'll find out. Howdy, David, Mitchell, and Mr. Man Bun Bagwell.
Yeah, whatever.
Man Bun, your shirt sucks.
Yeah, and you noticed I laughed at that comment, too.
Noah Gibson, yay, Mr. Mitchell. Hey, David, me and a lot of Mari makeup women are doing a cancer thing for her. If anyone wants to help us, please let us know. Yeah, well, send us the information, and we'll try to put it out. We're going to put on our pink on Monday, and a pic sent out. Okay, very well. So, absolutely. Come and give us the information, and we'll try to put it out there. Let me get to some Tampa Bay stuff here. Tampa Bay's offense has been led by Brady this year, who at the age of 43 has showing no signs of retirement, as Mitchell said, or slowing down. And he ain't said anything about that.
No, he hasn't.
In his first 3 playoff games as a Buccaneer, Brady threw 7 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions while becoming the franchise's career leader in postseason touchdown passes. We got some breaking news again, ladies and gentlemen. Possible tornado in Levy County. And 2 homes in Chiefland damaged. Multiple trees are down in Chiefland in that area. So anybody over in Levy County, Chiefland area, please stay safe. Hunker down. This thing is till midnight. We want you to be safe. So God bless you guys. If you need any kind of assistance, please call your local sheriff's department or your local agencies over there to get you some help over there. All right. In Sunday's 31-26 win over the Packers, which, by the way, I want to talk about that a little bit here in a minute because I want to get your guys' opinion. I think we all agreed on this. Brady threw touchdown passes to Mike Evans, Scott Miller, and tight end Cameron Brate, which was not even listed on our players here. Brady also completed a 52-yard bomb to Chris Godwin, who made a great catch, and he caught a team-high 5 passes for 110 yards. The guy you were just talking about, Leonard Fournette, contributed with 74 all-purpose yards. That's running and catching the ball, ladies and gentlemen. That's where he may hurt you, too.
And the thing about him is I'm telling you, it's...
Well, let me finish before you say that. That included his eye-popping 20-yard touchdown run. And I'll let you...
He plays when he wants to play.
Right.
If he's got the stage for it, he is going to be a factor in this game. He may not be the X factor in it, but he's going to be a factor in it.
Yeah, and 74 all-purpose yards don't sound like a lot, ladies and gentlemen. You got to remember, this is NFL players. This is NFL talent. And Fournette, you're talking about a 20-yard touchdown run. And if I remember correctly, that was straight up the A-gap.
Yes,
and it was straight up the A-gap, and he was gone, which shows that elusive speed that he's got as well.
Well, you know, and you also have to think about this. It's a 2-headed running back monster.
Yeah.
74 yards from one of them. How many yards did the other guy have?
Right.
I mean, that's how they get their running yards. They use 2 people. So
right. So the Buccaneers' underrated offensive line includes 2020 first-round pick. We just talked about it, Tristan Wirfs, who has started in each of his first 20 NFL games. So, this ought to be a great game and a great deal there to check this out here with. I want to talk a little bit about the Green Bay game. And no knock on the coach there, but I think he made a bad call, Mitchell. I think if you're in a game like that, I know you're down by 8 points. You need a touchdown in the 2-point conversion. 4 minutes left in the ball game. I understand you have all 3 timeouts. I'm winning or losing it right there, Mitchell. You tell the audience what you think.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, because, hey, when opportunity knocks, you got to take it because, like you said, you got 4 minutes. You're probably not going to have the opportunity again to get back down there.
And the way that Tampa was driving the ball on them guys, and you watched the game as well, the way that they was driving the ball on them, it didn't look like they was stopping them anyway. Yeah, so they burnt all those timeouts for really nothing. You know when they had to burn them? After they got a first down.
Right.
So it was 10 yards. Man, well, we got to save some time. We got to burn a timeout. See, you want to burn those timeouts when you get them second long, third and long.
Exactly.
That's when you want to burn those timeouts. And that's what caught Green Bay off guard. And I questioned the coach a little bit there. And, you know, Rodgers has come out and said publicly some things about that and some of the other teammates as well. But I think you got to leave it on the line right there.
I do as well, David. You know, you got to go for it because you know what? There's no tomorrow.
There's no tomorrow.
When you're in the playoffs. It's either now or never.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The Buccaneers boast a defense that finished 8th in the NFL in points allowed during the regular season. The unit is led by Pro Bowl defensive end Pierre-Paul, defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, and linebackers Shaquille Barrett, Levante David, and Devin White, and rookie free safety, as we talked about, Antonio Winfield Jr., great ball player. Barrett and Pierre-Paul had a combined 5 sacks, Michael, of Aaron Rodgers on Sunday. White's 15 tackles paced both teams. Winfield, who missed Sunday's game with an injury, forced a critical fumble on Saints tight end Jared Cook during Tampa's divisional round win over New Orleans. So you can see Winfield, how much of a key player he is and what impact he's going to have with the Buccaneer defense on Sunday.
Yeah, you look at what they did against Green Bay.
Right.
And I have some questions about that call too. I understand part of the coach's thinking on kicking the field goal,
right,
and then relying on your defense to stop it. But the thing you can't do when that happens is you can't control what the referees do.
Right.
And we got to see some of that Brady give me in the referees on a couple calls that I thought were very questionable. But it is what it is. For that, I mean,
yeah,
they should have gone for it.
Welcome to our. You're right. You're exactly right. Super Bowl 55 on the Spot Sports Special. We're here at Fun Point Food and Arcade, Sports Bar, Restaurant, Game Zone. A lot of people still here. A lot of people watching us, guys. Hey, out there, guys, say hello. You're live on Facebook. Hey, guys. So we've got. Hey, we love you. Hey, we got the. We've got the injury report. We've got the only person that's out right now that's definitely going to be out is for Kansas City, and that's the guy with the Achilles heels. That's Eric Fisher, their tackle.
Right.
Everybody else is listed as questionable or is going to play. I do believe that everybody's going to play. I've seen a couple of
guys going to play.
They're going to play. I guarantee you, right now as we're talking, Mitchell and Byron, they're probable.
No, yeah.
Right. They're probable. They're not even questionable anymore. So I'll tell you what. Let us. We'll come back and finish breaking these down after we take this commercial break.
Brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in beautiful Stark, Florida. Fun Point is an all-in-one arcade and restaurant that is bound to raise your spirits, sure to please your taste buds, and the games will keep you entertained for hours. Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in Stark. Feel free to give them a call at 904-966-3380. Make a point to visit Fun Point.
Welcome back. We're live here at Fun Point Restaurant and Arcade here in Stark, Florida. Just about 153 miles, but it's not. It's about 100. That's probably right. I don't think that 128 was wrong. About 153 miles north of Tampa, Florida, where the big game will take place in Raymond James Stadium. Tomorrow night, with a 6:30 kickoff between the AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the NFC champions, and hosting a Super Bowl for the first time in history, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My name is David Rodgers, your host of On the Spot with David Rodgers, and I want to give a shout out to our executive producer, Super Dave Holland, and our director, Mr. Michael Heater, for their outstanding work tonight. All right, we can go past the injury report, Michael, and we've talked about that. And also, I'm joined by the local guru himself, Mr. Mitchell Gunner, whose son had a birthday today. Happy birthday, Zane. And the guy right here that knows it all, is all, with politics, government, Constitution, Byron, Jeff, Man Bun Bagwell.
Where's my stimulus check?
Yeah, where's our stimulus check?
Ask the sock puppet in chief.
For the 19th year in a row, Florida will be representing a big game as two former Gators will look to become world champions. Florida has had a player in each Super Bowl since 2003. Florida State has one playing this year, and that's who?
Derek Nottie.
That's him. The SEC still leads all conferences with 25 players in the Super Bowl. The Big Ten ranks second with 20, followed by the ACC with 11, the Pac-12 with 5, and the Big 12 with 4. How about that? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, this is your time. Get ready. What's that number, Michael? Tell it to him. Tell it.
904-458-7588, or you can drop us an email. We'll read it online at onthespot32091@gmail.com. What was that you said? I said onthespot32091@gmail.com.
And you can give us your prediction of the Super Bowl and also anything else that you would like to discuss. It's wide open, so make the call. We would love to talk with you guys. The crowd here at one point is great and lively. What a show it's been so far, Byron and Mitchell. Wow, I
want to kick it over to Mitchell for just a second,
all right,
because he just said something to me that makes a whole lot of sense about what's going to happen in this football game.
Okay.
Mitchell, you want to tell him a little bit about what you were telling me?
One of the things is Brady cannot turn the ball over like he did against Green Bay.
Yep.
It could be disastrous for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now I think with the rain, the way it's going to be coming down tomorrow, I do believe they're going to be putting the ball on the ground more than they are through the air and in short passes. So I think that will eliminate those mistakes. But, you know, interceptions do happen from time to time.
Right.
I just don't think they can't give them the opportunity of turning the ball over too much.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, Kansas City, they're a great team, and they can score fast.
Right. They can. Well, they played earlier in the season. They jumped on them 14-0, and yes, Tampa Bay come back and made a game of it, but it was too much too soon and just didn't have enough to come back with and lost that game 27-24. And we've got phone calls coming in, 904-458-7588. So, hey, it's been a great show so far, guys. I want to break down a couple plays. I want to get over some comments here. We've got a couple of predictions, Michael. Here we go. Let's see. Edwin Pettiprin, how about this? In 1956, I played grade school football for St. Mary's School in Flint, Michigan. I played under a leather helmet. Wonder how many out there ever used one. Years later, I found one just like it, and it even had the same colors, Michael. How about that? Well, hey, Edward, I actually played without a helmet. I didn't even have a helmet. That's how long ago it was when I played.
Well, you got a hard head, though, so
yeah,
nothing's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't hurt. That concussion, what is that? Yeah, no. Archie Waters says the Bucks 27, the Chiefs 25. Noah says the Bucks 31, the Chiefs 27. In the panel, I'm gonna go right to them here in just a few minutes. Great point, Mark Goody, and I was going to get into that. Will the Chiefs coach's son, staff member, being in a possible alcohol-involved traffic accident, play any kind of role in the mindset of the coaches or players? Yes, it will. If anybody doesn't know Britt Reed, his son is in critical condition. 5-year-old son in the hospital over there. We're praying that he's going to make it through. I don't know all the points and everything. The investigation's still ongoing. The police officer said he smelled alcohol on him. He said he was also on some pills, so he was pretty much while he was driving that vehicle. If y'all don't know him, he's the linebackers coach. And, yeah, when you talk about that particular part, Mark Udi, of that defense, your linebackers are very important in that, because if your front three or front four is getting beat, you're expecting those guys to come up and make that play, specifically if it's a run play. Do you want to come up there and fill those gaps? And if the continuity, coaches and players got that continuity.
That's right.
And if that continuity is not there, hey, it could be a big day for the Kansas City Chiefs defense, especially that linebacking core.
Yeah.
So
That's really sad.
Yeah, it is. I hated to hear.
Yeah, it's really sad.
News.
Prayers for the child that was involved with it.
Yeah, that is very, very.
Football's a game. We're just still talking about a game.
Right.
That's a child's life.
That's a child's life. That is life, and that's exactly right. All right, I want to quiz you guys on something really quick. I want to go over some things that I studied and looked at. All right, so when Tom Brady wants to make a change on a play, what does he usually say? What's his go-to word? Does anybody know?
Lower the air in the football. Oh, sorry.
He got in trouble for that.
Okay.
Anyway, Mike, do you know? Do you know, Mitchell?
Yamaha.
Omaha was Peyton Manning's favorite.
That's right.
Yes. All right.
That's right.
So, if you hear X-ray, 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 X-ray means what? That, hey, he's probably going to Gronk. That's X-ray.
Right.
X-ray means he's probably going to Gronk, somewhere in the seam, somewhere in the middle. All right. What if you hear this term? Kill, 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 kill. What does that mean?
Now he's changing the play.
Yeah, kill the play.
Kill the play. What usually happens? What usually happens
He calls
on
out
a kill?
a-
It's usually a running play.
Well, running play. That's what I was about to
because
say.
kill. He's already seeing something with his wide receivers that's not going to match up, and that's not going to happen. Maybe throw an interception, throw whatever. So he's going to hand it to the running back. So if you hear kill, that means he's changing the play, and he's usually going to a running play. All right. 3rd and 2. Tampa Bay at their 44-yard line. Tom Brady under center.
Yeah.
What is Tom Brady famous for?
Quarterback sneaks.
Okay, I'll give you that. Get the first down. What else? The hard count.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to give you a scenario. Burns by center. Everybody else is on the line of scrimmage. So Brady says, ready, set, hut, pat. Gives that.
Right.
And then makes that defense jump off sides. Guess what?
Center snaps ball.
3rd and 2 becomes what? 1st and 10.
10.
That's exactly right. So if you see that, look for that scenario as well. Look for Mahomes also to call a lot of kill plays, because if those safeties and cornerbacks like Mitchell and Byron talked about are playing those receivers type, I can tell you right now, Mahomes is going to want to throw the ball deep. He's going to have Hill make that sneak move, throw it down the boundary or down the seam. But I'm telling you, you got to make sure that you keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket. And that the pocket is in between the tackles, ladies and gentlemen, and really the guards, to be honest with you. I think if you get him to the outside, I think he's more dangerous on the run than he is in the pocket.
Oh, yes. He is. I'm telling
He'll kill you with his feet.
He is one of the best quarterbacks, besides Tony Romo, that I can see that can actually scramble outside the pocket and throw a pass down the field and be dead on accurate.
Sure.
I mean, he is that style quarterback, so he will punish you if he gets outside those tackles.
Well, and here is the thing. I really would love to be a fly on the wall inside the Buccaneers defensive room.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, Hill would not beat me, and neither would tight end.
And tell the audience why you say that.
I would put 2 people on the line of them, and they never get off the line. It's really easy to do with Tyreek Hill because he weighs $105.
Okay, I agree. All right, so We've got the wide receiver out here. You've got Kelsey here.
5 yards.
Tackle,
Put him on his rear end.
Tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle. Wide receiver out here toward the boundary. Mahomes. Hilaire. I don't care who you put back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's put
either way.
Watkins right there. Okay. Here's the problem with what you said. You're 4 wide, right?
If they run 4 wide.
Correct. If they run 4 wide. And they like to. Sometimes they'll run 5.
5, right.
They'll take Hilaire and what? They'll take Hilaire and bring him to the outside here. So now what does that do? That forces those linebackers. You have to cover this man. Somebody's got to. The corner, you're going to have deep help back here, which we call a cover 2. Then you're going to have one of these linebackers cover Hilaire. I just think the matchups, Byron, are not there for the Buccaneers to cover the receivers like that. I think instead of and are you saying play cover 2? In other words, put your corners up and then keep your 2 safeties back?
Yep, that's what I was
Tampa 2.
Okay, Tampa 2? Okay, I'll agree with that. But if you're saying go man-to-man, no, they're going to get killed.
Here is the other thing. When you do this, my other suggestion would be put the pressure on Mahomes every single play.
Right.
Every single play.
Yeah, you got to bring the heat.
Some sort of pressure every single play. Make him make fast decisions.
Would you
in the pocket, like you were saying?
Yeah. Would you blitz? Would you blitz him, Mitchell? Would you blitz Mahomes? And I'm seeing you going over there.
I'll do some stunts every once in a while, but I'm afraid that with his looseness, he can get out the pocket. So you don't want to do it too many times.
No, because
not unless they start having an injury on their offensive line.
Correct.
Someone's got to fill in.
Then
that gives you opportunity to do those stunts.
It's already there.
All right. So if Mahomes, let's say Mahomes takes the snap. All right. He moves out he gets outside the tackle to his right. The pressures come this way, right? They're bringing. So he's got all this time right here. Well, what's that corner going to do? That corner is going to come up to try to prevent him from running. Guess what? Now you've got safety help. So what happens there is that safety now is one-on-one with a Tyreek Hill. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me do this, Byron. Yeah.
This is better.
This is better here.
Let's pull it out a little bit. They don't need to see my ugly bug anyway.
All right, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Home damage in Keystone Heights off of Pecan Drive at Paradise Drive. Trees are down. Unknown if straight wind or a tornado did that. So we'll give you more updates as we go. All right.
Good.
So
Mitchell's got to step out for a second.
Okay, hey, Byron, let's slide over there a minute. We'll put this right here.
I needed to get up for a second anyway.
All right, so what I was talking about was, we can hold this up here. Michael, can we get you to hold this up right here? Well, I will try to stay out of the way. I don't know if I can stay out of the way or not here. Let's bring that up a little bit, guys. I don't mean to hold it. All right. So you got the wide receiver, you got the tackle, the guard, the center, the guard, the tackle. Let's line that tight end up right here. Let's line the receiver up right here. And let's line up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. If Tampa Bay, Michael, plays that 2-5, so you got 2 down linemen. Down. Do I need to spin around a little bit?
Yeah, I can always see your butt.
Oh, okay. How about now? Is that a little bit better?
That's good.
All right. Then you've got the linebackers right here, right? Byron, they're going to play 5 linebackers, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you got a 2-5 corner, safety. All right. If you look at this, that is a cover 2. Why is that a cover 2? Because you got safety help back there in the back. So what's going to happen is, this is Tampa Bay's defense.
It's a modification on the old Tampa 2 is what it is.
And that's exactly right. So you've got linebacker help here to help cover this seam area here. All right, what's going to happen is this is Kelsey, Travis Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and I forgot the tight end's name, running back, and of course the QB. All right, that's the Kansas City offense. What's going to happen is Mahomes is going to take the snap. Now, if he doesn't give it to Hilaire, now Hilaire could run this right here, get 3 or 4 or 5 yards, and get man by a linebacker, right? Depending on where this is coming. But what happens if that linebacker fills in here?
There you go.
Or if this linebacker fills in here? What if Mahomes sees that? Now you've got a 4-3. So corners are still, safeties are still there. So he checks out of that run, drops back, Hilaire comes up here, helps with the block. Here's Tyreek Hill. Let's say he runs a post pattern. All right? So the corner's taking him. All right? Here's Travis Kelsey. He's running down that seam. The tight end comes down there, does a curl pattern. And let's say Watkins just does a quick post. All right? So you want to keep Mahomes here in the pocket. If he gets outside here, outside the tackles, he can run it or he can throw it. What happens is it makes that corner come up to respect the run. Now you've got what, Byron? You've got single coverage out there with the safety. Now the safety's pretty quick, but what if Watkins makes a move on him? Now he's wide open right here because that safety is going to have to come over. Here's Kelsey, same way. This corner is going to take who? Well, he's going to have to take right here, right? So you're expecting that safety to come up or bring in one of those linebackers out here on some coverage as well. But what makes Kelsey so dangerous is Kelsey's fast. So he can outrun most linebackers and most corners and a lot of safeties. And he gets into the seam, Mahomes, and he can still throw the ball across the field, or Mahomes can come out this way, either way, and throw the ball down the field. That's why I think Kelsey is the X factor against the Tampa Bay defense. These receivers are going to get their catches too, but I think Kelsey is going to be the one, unless Bruce Arians and the boys have figured out a way to get some linebacker help here to cover Kelsey.
And I really believe that that's going to end up happening. And David, I'm going to be honest with you. I've got one thing that I would suggest to Tampa Bay's defense, and it's a saying that you and I are very familiar with from our glory days in college football.
Right.
And it's a phrase that was coined by Mickey Andrews.
Right.
And that phrase is, to the echo of the whistle.
Right.
I would beat Mahomes
to pieces.
To death.
Yep.
If you get a 15-yard penalty every once in a while, so what? I would beat him to death.
I would too. I would too. And
you know, people are going to say, that's not fair. That's football.
That's football.
I mean, that's really is football. If you have a possibility of taking out their star player, why would you not? And I mean, that sounds rough, but I mean, we forget that's football.
Yeah.
So, see, that the thing to me is he would just come off a concussion protocol. So who knows if he gets hit a couple of times really good, what's going to happen to him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I agree. I agree.
If that happens,
he's already on sort of. I don't know if he's really over that concussion. To be honest with you guys, well, I don't know.
The turf toe you don't worry about.
I'm not worried about the turf toe
as a concussion,
right?
And people, when I say stuff like that, people automatically think that's cheating. No, that's not cheating. That is football. That is the way football was originally played. And I realize the NFL is geared towards offense,
right?
But if I was a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. All right.
I'm not putting a bounty on them because you get in trouble in the NFL for doing that anymore. They used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the instructions would be to the echo of the whistle, hit the man.
I would.
And if you get a 15-yard penalty,
you do.
You just do.
Yeah. And I would knock him on his tail. I would knock him on his tail as many times. Even if you don't get the sack, knock him. Make him hurt.
Every single time.
Yep.
Every single time.
And if I was Kansas City, I'd do the same thing to Tom
Brady.
Yep.
I think they're going to have a harder time with Tom Brady because I think Tampa's line's better than Kansas City.
Kansas City, especially with the two guys they got to replace.
They got to replace.
Yeah.
I mean, I just do. I think there's some deficiencies in that line.
Right.
And I think Tampa's going to exploit them. Now, this could go completely off the rails.
Right.
Because Andy Reid's an offensive genius.
Right.
He always has been.
Right.
So, it could be a toss-up or it could be a blowout, like I said.
Come on in and join us real quick here in a minute, by the way. Michael, somebody was saying that thing that I did was the procedural, play-by-play. Noah said, love it. He said, that looks like Alexander the Great's procedural book. Yeah, so can we somehow later on make it where I'll be able to do that where it's not so turny? Maybe work on getting us a green screen or something or whatever that we can do with. So I just talked to our director about that as well. So I think she's saying, go, Mr. Mitchell. Who do you got, Mitchell, by the way?
Yeah, this is my granddaughter, Avery, and she says, go Bucks.
All right. Austin, come in and say hello real quick as you brought the beautiful family down to eat. Say hello, Austin.
Good evening, everyone. Tornado watch in effect till midnight. Closely monitoring it.
All right. You'll have it on Austin's weather service, right?
Yep, gonna go home and set up a live feed and track all of what's going on.
All right. Did you hear some of that breaking stuff that we had?
Yep, I was watching.
All right. So make sure you tune up on that, Austin's weather service. All right, guys. We're going to have some picks really quick. So we're going to have some picks right here. I want to start with Michael Heater. Michael, who do you have in big game tomorrow, and what's the score?
Believe it or not, it's going to be a defensive battle. I truly believe. I think the winner is going to be the defense in this one. I still think you're going to throw some points up on the board. You can't stop two quarterbacks of that caliber. Closer than most people think. I don't think anyone's going to come out of the gate. You got to remember that in the last 9 Super Bowls, I think Tom Brady's only scored like 3. Tampa Bay's only like 3 points. I mean, Brady never starts off very strong. So if defense can hold, it's going to be close. I give it to Tampa Bay, 27-24.
27-24 Tampa Bay. David, your score.
Tampa Bay, 47.
47
to 20.
Whoa! You're looking at a tail whooping. Wow. Mitchell Gunner, talk to me.
I'm going to go with Avery. She says the score is going to be 31-28 Tampa.
31-28 Tampa. Mr. Byron Bagwell.
I'm going to go with 42.
Wow.
20. Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette rushes for 145 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You and Dave seeing something I'm not seeing?
Good offensive line behind a running back that should be all-world, that plays when he wants to play, and he's going to want to play tomorrow night. And I believe you're going to see some of that stuff that you saw in Jacksonville against teams, and he is going to run for 4 and 5 yards at a clip. And you're going to wear the defense down, and then all of a sudden he's going to be breaking loose for 30 and 40 yards and touchdowns. I just really feel like Fournette's going to be the difference in the game.
I think Kansas City has way too much speed. I've been looking at the film. Kansas City is twice as fast as Tampa Bay in every position. I think Mahomes is going to probably throw close to 400 yards. Kelsey's going to have probably 10 catches, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. He can beat any defensive back that Tampa Bay can throw at him. Unless they come with double or triple coverage, I see Kansas City blowing out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 52-17.
Wow.
No way. No.
Wow.
Yep.
This is a rarity, guys.
Do you believe that? Hell no, don't believe that.
Thank you. He comes back to his senses.
I wanted to get y'all's reaction. All right. No, I like Tampa Bay here real close. Like y'all like it a little further apart. I like it 31-27 Tampa. I think Tampa's going to score late in the fourth quarter, like Mitchell said, to pull it out. But I like Tampa Bay to win it.
Well, David, it goes back to something that coaches have been saying about offensive football from dawn of time.
Right.
If you have a run game that gets you 4 yards in a cloud of dust,
right,
and eats up a quarter in one possession, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does the other team score?
Well, that's true, and that's true, and there you go. Yeah, Tampa Bay needs to possess the ball and not give that many chances to the Chiefs. You can't score if you're sitting on the sideline. And I agree. That's a great defense.
I think the weather's going to help them do that.
I think so, too. I think you're right. Harry, come in and say real quick. Say hello with us. Come right back
Come on, Harry.
Come on, Harry.
Come on
in, Harry. I want to thank Mr. Harry Patel for letting us host On the Spot with David Rodgers right here.
Thank you guys for coming in for us.
Yes, sir. Tell everybody what you got going on here, Harry, that don't know what's up with Fun Point, what you got. You got a great staff here. You got a great place, great restaurant, great games. Tell everybody what you got going on, and you want to bring people
This
here.
is where the fun begins. That's where the family plays, where every single age can enjoy, from the kids from 3-4 years old to all the way 50-60 years old. Everybody can enjoy. Kids can play the games, the adults can come, the restaurant side, enjoy the food, enjoy the bar, enjoy the watch sports.
Right.
And we have all the TVs.
Great selection of TVs.
Yes, sir. And then they can all have a good time.
Yep.
And let the kids have their fun time too.
Right. That's right. Well, we want to thank you for bringing us in. We're going to do this again.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yes,
We're going to do this again.
And
we really had a great time here tonight.
This is the Starks, and this is for our community.
Right. So, look at the crowd, Harry. We still got people here, and it's rolling on the 9 o'clock
Yes,
hour.
sir. Yes,
and,
sir.
of course, me and Byron, we're hungry. We haven't had no food yet. So, Dave's spinning the camera around, guys, for everybody that
Thank
could be
you
here
for all
tonight.
guys coming in, and we love you all. I love my community. I love my Stark.
Yeah.
As long as all the Keystones to all the way Melrose, Lottie's, they all come and support my small, new inventions. You can say,
Invention, that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, it starts with the thought process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then I always wanted to do something for kids in town,
Right.
And because I had a gas stations across from high schools and school, the parents, the Stark don't have anything for kids, Why not?
Hey, I
Why
know,
not?
I know something. I don't want to give it away yet.
Yes, sir.
I hear there may be something else maybe coming. Don't say yet.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. It's a little surprise.
It's a little surprise.
Yes, sir.
It's a surprise.
And yes, sir. And it will be a.
Oh,
say-
I think
again.
what I hear is right. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yes, sir. And it's same thing. It's for the kids. It's for the kids.
I hope that we would be the ones that get the scoop on it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You guys are the first one to come and then
And do a live
show first.
Yeah.
And on opening, and then you're gonna have the first scoop.
Yeah. So we get the first scoop.
Yes, sir. You guys gonna get the first scoop.
All right. All right. Here we go. Listen, watch this here. There you go. What's the scoop? What is that all about, Byron? Sponsored by Fun Point. I'm not sure either. I've heard
what's
some
going on,
things.
man?
I'll have to fill you in.
Yes,
we
sir.
want to sort of keep it. I'll fill you in.
Yes,
What's the
sir.
scoop?
Okay.
We'll fill you in after the show.
Sounds
Guys,
Yeah. Fill the scoop with the fun.
Harry, thank you very
And
much. You got a great staff, great
Yes,
food
sir.
here, great
Thank
people.
you so much. Thank you
And,
so much.
We really enjoyed being on the show here tonight. Hey, bad weather, and look at the crowd. They're still coming here.
Yes,
they
sir.
don't care about the weather.
No.
They want to come and have some fun.
And when the weather is bad, the kids gonna have a fun at the Fun Point.
There you go.
Yes.
There you
And
go.
the same time, the adults gonna enjoy themselves too.
There you
Yes.
go.
There you go.
So the weather won't stop us, that's for sure.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
It's been really a great show tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
gentlemen.
much, guys.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you for all you
Appreciate
do.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks for a great program. Stay tuned, folks. Here comes Final Thoughts. We'll be right back.
That's Final Thoughts with David Rodgers, brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in beautiful Stark, Florida. Fun Point is an all-in-one arcade and restaurant that is bound to raise your spirits, are sure to please your taste buds, and the games will keep you entertained for hours. Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in Stark. Feel free to give them a call at 904-966-3380. Make a point to visit Fun Point.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back with Final Thoughts. I'm not going to take a long time here. It's been a great show. Don't want to take away from anything. Let's have a great Super Bowl tomorrow. Don't forget, On the Spot Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, we'll have our regular show right from our regular studios. On behalf of Mr. Michael Heater, Mr. Dave Holland, our producer, Mr. Austin Stephen, our weather guy, Mr. Mitchell Gunner, Mr. Byron Bagwell, I'm your host, Mr. David Rodgers. God bless you. As we wrap up tonight, we want to thank our sponsors, of course, Fun Point Food and Arcade, Harry Business, and Miracle Towing, and everyone who tuned in as well. All you guys, I'm sorry I couldn't get to everything. You're right, Noah. 52-17 sounds outrageous, Mr. David. Yeah, I changed my mind. And remember, we're on the spot, so you can be too. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!